Good evening, Gabbie.
Good evening, TC, and welcome all to our weekly podcast, The Curran View, with the Ide of Hillsborough, Mr. Terry Curran. And if you're listening to the free first half on either Acast or Spotify, you can follow the links on our socials and access the full podcast via either Apple or become a Patreon, all the w's.patreon.com/SRBmedia. You can follow the podcast on Twitter at Curran View, on Facebook, The Curran View, or join our group, which is just under 3,000 strong, of the same name. Thank you so much for your support. It is greatly appreciated. How are you, mate?
Yes, good. Now the weather's getting improving. I had an 18-1 winner at Cheltenham today, Maria's Rock.
Superb.
But I couldn't get another winner with it. I had a £10 double. But other than that, with the weather getting better and getting a bit lighter, night's getting lighter, always makes people more happier, doesn't it?
Absolutely, and a great result for your boys as well. The weekend, 6-0. They went goal balmy, didn't they?
Absolutely fantastic, and they needed it because obviously the Lincoln result was a really bad one for them.
Yes.
So they needed to get back on track. They've done it with a bang.
Absolutely.
Let's hope it's a meaning that not frighten people, but make people hang on a bit. The Sheffield Wednesday, because I thought they played exceptionally well. I think obviously we dropped playing his first game back for a couple of months after injury. I went to watch him, but I thought it was a great performance.
Because that's what he does, doesn't it? A great performance and a fest of goals. The rest of the football world sit up and go, oh, Sheffield Wednesday, and they're a big club, and they're just a point off Fulham. Same games, 36, so you've got 10 games left. It really is a race, but Wednesday is showing momentum at the moment, so good luck to the Owls. I do look fondly on the Owls because of our friendship, TC. But what magic moments have you sourced for us this week? Could it be BB?
Just hang on a bit. If we're only 10 points off of Fulham, we'll be okay because we beat Championship.
That's good. Did I just say Fulham?
Yes, you did.
Did I really? I said I meant 10 games to go. You're a point off Plymouth, and you've got 10 games to go. We're thinking ahead. That could be next season, TC. Yeah. You could be 10 points off Fulham. They're having a bit of a wobble at the moment. It is the silly season where results don't go as you would favour. But they do.
Who you are.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have blitz. Look at Manchester City last night. I've never seen them give the ball away as much as what they gave away last night.
Yeah.
Silva, I love him. Love to watch him play, but he was having a bit of a mare, to be honest. Let's be honest about it.
Yeah, absolutely. How didn't he get on that ball?
Look, they're entitled, but they can't play. They cannot keep that up for every day more.
Of course they can't.
But they do have great players on the bench, and I was surprised that they didn't make some or a couple of changes.
Yes, that was.
But my magic moment, as usual, we go on about it every week. Fantastic goals are scored and great saves and what have you. I watched the Rangers goalkeeper pull off another great save this week again. But I'm going for the Sheffield Wednesday performance. Yeah. But Barry Bannon's goal, I'm always giving it to the Premier League, because I think I'm getting like the rest of the people, only think of the Premier League when we're doing this podcast. But it's you what fetches it all into it, and you're rightly so, because football was before the Premier League. When for Bannon's goal, I thought it was absolutely an humdinger at any level of football. And the performance was a great performance. So they were my two magic moments.
Absolutely, TC, spot on. And I'm just looking at Fulham. They're on 77 points with 10 games to go. QPR, that are just off the playoffs on 56 points. Fulham are on 77. They've got a game in hand. But that's 21 points they've actually got to lose, Fulham, in tech. So you can rest assured that they're at least in the playoffs. But the playoffs is a lottery. My magic moments, TC, I also referenced Barry Bannon. What a strike. And Berahino scored... did he score a hat-trick the weekend? He did, didn't he? What did he look like? Because, when he was at the Albion, there was big big move for him for Tottenham. It fell through. He went abroad. He seemed to get his attitude together, and like all players, it takes them time to bed in. But it does look as though he's up and running out Wednesday.
Well, like anything else, when you look at the move to Tottenham, when they offered 18 million for him, and obviously it looked like he was going, it broke down. Something set him off where everything seemed not to be going right for him. Like you said, he went abroad, but I thought it would have been a great signing. But it missed, and I don't always blame the player. There's a system suiting. When you're signing players, always signing players what's going to suit your system.
Yep.
But like I said, all of the team performance on Saturday was terrific, and for him to get his hat-trick, brilliant, and that will give him confidence. The result itself will give him confidence, but the overall performance, if that doesn't fetch him and give him that last kick for the last 10 games of the season, nothing will.
Absolutely. And my other magic moments were, it was great to see Yarmolenko score. Great touch and great. He hit it early, didn't he? He took it with I think he took it with his right and then whacked it with his left. It was almost like a toe poke goal, wasn't he? He just hit it early. And I think that when you do things early like that, sometimes a goalkeeper doesn't have a chance to set and get down. And it was a great strike, and you could see the emotions of the boy. There was a great save, I've got to say, great save off Danny Ings. Before they took the lead, and it is, had that goal gone in, it's a different outlook for the game. Yeah. Absolutely changes games.
It doesn't mean that they won anyway. But you're right.
Yeah, fine margins.
Then the kickoff becomes a kickoff, not a goal kick and not a corner kick, whatever it is. Yeah. I mean, again, Arsenal scored a couple of great goals again this weekend, and it just reminds me, when they're scoring these goals, it reminds me the old Arsenal under Wenger.
Yeah.
But Arteta is obviously played under Wenger, and he's played or coached under Guardiola. So, all that will stand him in good stead as long as he's got the brain to get the balance right. And I mean, I'm one of the ones what's always said, I'd have taken him if I would have been a manager at any club.
Yeah, you was.
And his football is proving, spot on.
Absolutely, TC. And this is 111 podcasts that we've done. 110 we've done together because you've done the first one with Chris. So episode 111. And guys, if you want to go back to the early days, TC has always been talking up Mikel Arteta. You wanted him at Sheffield Wednesday. He got appointed at Arsenal. Good choice. His philosophy of football is good. He sorted out the dressing room that looked a little bit fractious. Aubameyang's gone to Barcelona. He scored a few goals, and some of the media are going, "Oh, what a mistake that was." No, it wasn't. Arteta's doing a great job. He's building his team in his image, and I think next season Arsenal could have a chance of getting into that top three, getting in between them. Be a good test for them on Wednesday night. They're playing Liverpool.
This is going to be a crack. I'm looking forward to this. I think you're 100% right. I don't think that my personal opinion of them, they've still got to add 3 really quality players in there.
Yeah.
Push for to win the Premier League. But these kids and this young team will gain vast experience. Not only did I tell him, before him, I told lots of people about Stevie Cooper.
Yep.
And the kid at Preston, Liverpool lad, what's his name? Coming to me head now.
Oh my life. Ryan Lowe.
Lowe.
Yep.
Ryan Lowe. He's another one.
Yep.
Keep an eye on him because his team play terrific football. He understands what he's wanting from his players. And you go about coaching, this game is about balancing the team up.
Correct.
Suit each other. You can have all your best coaches in the world.
Yep.
They all get carried away with coaching. Let me tell you some of it. I used to sit outside at pitch sometimes because we were taking corner kicks or free kicks for half an hour at a time. And I used to shake my head and think to myself, what is the world coming to?
Yeah.
What do you learn? What are we learning? Because at the end of the day, if you've got quality in your team, what can take a free kick, and especially today with the Premier League, there's about 5 or 6 players what can take free kicks, corner kicks.
Yeah.
I mean, people say to me, why can't they put a corner into the middle? Well, you know the arc, regardless of what anybody says, it's tight and there's no space.
Yeah.
You know, that's why you always see them trying to push it as far as possible to the edge of the white line, and you get the fans, you know, oh, it's not in there, and so the referee's coming over. But it's difficult to whip your foot round to get the right pace on it, you know, or to get the pace on it what you wanted. So getting the team balanced up, getting a group of players what can play together without what's not going to be falling out and bitter and jealous of each other, and playing it and getting a philosophy what not only going to suit the team, but it's going to suit the fans because they're not going to be on the backs all the time, are they?
Absolutely. So they're playing some splendid football. Odegaard's looking $1 million, isn't he? And they do look a very attractive team. As I say, they got Liverpool Wednesday night. They've got Villa.
Saka.
Yeah,
I mean, we all know what Saka. We all know what Saka like, and I saw him as a kid. You know, other people at Arsenal have seen him more than what I'd seen of him. But as soon as I saw him, you think, give him the ball.
Exactly.
And, you know, give him the ball, support him.
Yeah.
Right. And what I mean by support him, right? Give him an angle so if he can't go past people, right? Or go beyond so it takes people away.
Yeah.
And that's the difference of great teams, what can do things like that.
Absolutely. That movement off the ball, the creating of the space for your teammates. Wendy has turned an assist for Villa. Great to see young Ramsey get on the score sheet again this season. The kid's flying. Stevie Gerrard again next season. I think
what
if
a
we can
difference
spend.
Yeah,
absolutely. Oh, definitely. Mind you, there is talk that he might be going to Arsenal. It looks as though it's up in the air at the moment whether Villa are going to match his wages, etc., etc. Who knows? But it would be great if Coutinho could stay at Aston Villa. But, you know, if he goes to Arsenal, he's going to a great manager in Arteta. But Stevie G is doing a fantastic job. It's about getting them players, building around them players, and then integrating better players to come into the fold. And I think that, you know, if you're a player and the manager's selling you the dream, and you're going, well, this is what we're going to do. These are the players that we're going to be bringing in. You know, look, you've moved before. It didn't quite happen. Give us a chance. Give us a chance. Let's see what we can do. We're building something special at Villa. So, you know, it isn't all done yet. It's not, no deals are done until they're paraded on the pitch or they're actually walking out kicking the ball. Absolutely, TC.
Don't even say parading on the pitch. I can remember Derby County parading in Story Moor on the pitch.
That's very true, TC. 1972.
Until they've signed that contract.
Yeah.
And as you know, as the great Mr. Clough, when he was signing players, when he went to the house and he made sure, you know, he locked the door. He get either his wife or his mother or father to lock that door, and he would not leave until they signed, or whoever they were signing, signed that contract.
Absolutely. So watch this space. Both teams are building. I fancy big seasons for both Arsenal and Villa next season, and they're both playing each other this weekend. But my magic moment, because I always have a look at a few, was the fantastic goal by Elliot Anderson for Bristol Rovers against Harrogate Town. He's on loan from Newcastle. What a goal. Fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely unbelievable. Listen, again, what did I say before we started? There's some fantastic goals. It doesn't mean that's the best goal that I've seen that weekend. Yeah. But it's my team. Yeah. It was a fantastic goal, and I'd have been proud of it. Anybody would have been proud of that goal.
Yeah, absolutely.
But again, you're saying what a goal that was. He scored for Bristol Rovers, and what a play he looks and all.
Yeah, he does. And again, that's what happens when I see a player do something like that. I think, you look a player, I'm going to have a look at Bristol Rovers games. I've been looking at Oxford recently because I do like the look of Oxford United.
Oh, good. He did well, did Carl Robinson early doors, and it looked like it was going to be one of the top young managers coming through. Then he lost his way a little bit. He got the Charlton job, which obviously was a bigger job than the MK Dons job.
Absolutely.
And then it went weirdy for him, and he's gone to Oxford, and he's turned them round, and they play some great football.
Absolutely.
But the problem with them, they're bit miss, aren't they?
Yeah, they can be a little bit,
You know, but I do like the way he plays football, and he gets his players to, you know, to express themselves, but understand the importance when they haven't got the ball.
Yeah. Absolutely, TC. And Book Corner in association with myfootballbooks.com. Most recent podcast is out probably tomorrow. And the first pick, Andy sent us a tremendous book this week by Terry Curran and John Brindley. Give Me the Ball. That's his.
Oh, that's a great book, that one is.
Absolutely. And on the 20th of March, TC, many happy returns. You're 67 on the 20th of March.
Next Sunday.
Yeah, absolutely.
Unbelievable, Jeff.
Yeah, where did that time go, TC?
I always think about when I was 23, and I just think to myself, how our time flown like it has.
Yeah.
You know, it drags when you're at school.
Yep.
Then you can't wait till you can get into pubs and clubs.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden you think, oh, it slowed down a little bit. It seems to be going too fast for me.
Yeah.
I mean, all the players always say to you, enjoy it, because before you know it, time's flown and you'll be retiring.
Yeah.
But you can't enjoy football because there's that much pressure. I mean, I never found pressure. I didn't worry about it. The problem was you get bollockings if you're not winning. And, it's very difficult to enjoy that way. But make no mistake, time flies. And like I said, I cannot believe it's 67 out, Sunday. Unbelievable.
And you was a 19-year-old lad when you took the trip down, didn't you, to sign for Browne from Doncaster?
Club.
Yeah.
The old man signed that contract. Listen, he tapped me up for 6 months.
Yeah, I know.
That's incredible, that, It's incredible. I just burst onto the scene, and all of a sudden, I've got the supposedly the best manager coming through. Obviously, turned out to be the best manager because, like you said, he won a title at Derby, unlucky with the European Cup at Derby, and then goes and wins it twice before us.
Yeah.
We're not saying they're the biggest two clubs in the country, but they're great clubs. Make no mistake, they are very good clubs.
Oh, absolutely.
But to get that achievement, and to get that achievement at Derby, at Forest, where I would say he got 6 world-class players, and the rest were really good players, really top players. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas all the other teams what's won it, they've always had 12, and like now 25 good players or great players.
Absolutely, TC. And second on the list, I've done a podcast with Gary Thacker, who was our author of the month this month. Out of the Blue by Gary Thacker. It was about Chelsea winning the Champions League in the 2011-2012 season. Excuse me. Also won the FA Cup. 6th in the league and quarterfinals of the League Cup, and 2 managers to boot as well, Villas-Boas, and then Rabi Di Matteo come in at the helm and took him over the line. So looks to be a great book. It really was, against all odds. I'm gonna have to go downstairs, feed me cat, and get myself a drink. My throat's playing up a little bit today, TC.
Well, if you want to do it later on, I've never thought about when you said you got a sore throat.
No, we're okay. I've just done a test and tested positive, so I've got the bonus to that, I guess, TC, is I can have a couple of lions, and much deserved lions. And the third book in the trilogy this week, although I do want to mention another book briefly as well, is
got me coughing now.
Yeah, absolutely, it's catching, isn't it? Is The Life and Death of Andy Ducat by Jonathan Northall. Have you ever heard of Andy Ducat?
No.
No, neither had I.
No. When you said do, I thought you said Delap, but no, I've never heard of him at all.
No, he was. He played cricket for England. He played football for England as well. In fact, I've got him in the time vault, and we're going to be talking about him a little bit later in the podcast. Don't ever say that men, guys, can't multitask, because there's a little bit of cat food, because all the cat's going to do is flipping meow. He was the captain of Aston Villa when they won the FA Cup in 1920, which was the first FA Cup final after the First World War, when they beat Huddersfield 1-0. Andy Ducat, an absolute legend.
And people forget that round about that time,
Yep.
Huddersfield Town were one of the top teams
Absolutely, yeah.
in English football.
Yeah, absolutely. In the 20s. Huddersfield were the Villa as well under George Ramsey. That when they won the FA Cup then in 1920, it was the first time that a team had won 6 FA Cups. Villa was the first to 6 FA Cups.
Yes, that's right. I do know that.
Yep,
but
George.
Obviously, I mean the beats are past now, but they were the first team.
Oh, absolutely.
They held the number of FA Cup wins up until this last. Obviously,
yeah, they did. I mean, they were the first. They were the first to win 6 league championships and 6 FA Cups. They then went on and won their 7th in 1957 when they beat the Babes, and then in 1981 they won their 7th championship as well. But George Ramsey, what an absolute legend of football, as was Andy Ducat. And we are going to talk about Andy in the Time Vault because he is too good to be forgotten. But another book I just do want to give a mention, The Big Fix, and it's a thriller by Jill Morris. Jill's going to be my author of the week, author of the month next month on Book Corner with Andy from My Football Books, and she kindly sent me the thriller, so I've got a few days off, so I'll be having a little bit of a read and making a few podcasts.
Through that, pick up some information for when you're speaking to her. But no, listen. Not only that, it's giving some exposure to these people.
Absolutely.
It's helping the books.
Yep, so many great titles out there.
It's great when something was, because you don't just cover, players and that. You cover everything about footballs. And yesteryear, great players.
Absolutely, and it is annoying. I just want to briefly talk about Jamie Carragher when he was slaughtering Chelsea on Monday Night Football, and he's later withdrew it. And I said to Tom, and I did post up on my Facebook page, absolute total hypocrisy coming from a player who was part of the Premier League, because he was saying that Chelsea have done over all the other teams with their ability to spend and all the titles that they've won and the cups that they've won, playing for Liverpool, and it's no disrespect for Liverpool or all the other clubs, but the Premier League absolutely done over 72 Football League clubs, and I just found it so rich and hypocritical coming from Carragher, and I do find Carragher and Neville, I do find them quite nauseating at times. They're very, they have very, very short memories, shall we say, TC.
Well, the problem with all these people is, and yes, they've been great. They'll not listen. Them type of players will never get me down. I have to go and play into division.
Yeah,
that's my choice. Football was a hobby to me.
Yeah,
was a hobby to me. To them, they were glad. They were glad that they got signed.
Yeah,
and they improved as they got older. But what helped them is playing in good teams.
Yeah,
and let's get something straight. Under Bill Shankly, one of the best teams the country's produced.
Yeah.
Atmosphere, everything about it. Nothing not to like about it.
Yeah.
But Liverpool, like everybody else, like Manchester United, like Leeds United, well, not as much as Leeds United, but they did. I mean, Alan Clark was a big buy at that time.
Yeah.
But Leeds did fetch a lot of their players through.
Yes, they did.
So I'll take that back a little bit.
Yeah.
But Liverpool always spent end of the season, instead of paying the taxes, they went and bought a player. Otherwise, they would have to pay tax on it.
Yeah.
So no, Jamie Carragher, forget Chelsea, forget anybody else. All the teams what have had success have bought a lot of players. And you have to keep buying them. Yeah. If you're going to be consistent.
Absolutely.
When you stop buying them, your consistency goes, and then somebody else comes and takes over.
Yeah. I mean, I remember. I went to a podcast. I went to an after dinner speaking event the other week with Sammy Lee and Peter Beardsley, and Peter was talking about the time that he signed for Liverpool for $2 million, and he played a few games, and he said, I could hear Jockey saying, "You don't get much for $2 million these days, do you?" but they all have spent that money to buy top players, because if you want to be a top club, you've got to be the top player. You've got to be a top club. You've got to buy the top players, and Chelsea have done nothing different to any other team in the history of football.
No.
So I thought it was absolutely bang out of order by Carragher. Chelsea seem the easy target to hit at the moment.
Look at my team. Look at my team.
Yep.
When I say my team, Chevy Wednesday's my team, but I
Yeah.
play for Everton. And we all know what a big club that was.
Yeah.
They spent
Yeah.
500, £500 million.
Yeah, absolutely. On what?
And look where they are.
I know, it's crazy.
Again, bottom of Premier League.
Again, it's not about the spend, it's about the recruitment and who you spend that money on. Everton have gone out and spent a ridiculous amount of money, and they're in the predicament they're in because they bought players that just aren't good enough.
Exactly. I was going to say the same thing. Some of those players are not good enough to be playing at Everton Football Club. They're not good enough to be able to handle that football club. And it's not you know me, managers at the end of the day, because it's not even about coaching, because you can't coach great players.
No, you can't.
And people would say to me, why are you going about Guardiola? Because he puts the team together, it's well balanced, it has a philosophy what suits the players.
Yep.
Right? And regardless of what anybody says about Manchester City, how many teams are in that league? 18, is there?
20.
20 teams in that league.
Yeah.
16 of them teams play defensive football and park the bus at edge box. 16.
Yeah.
Every week, whether it's at home or whether it's away. And they've got to try and break it down. And then, because they spend a lot of money, you were all these pundits and all these media friends saying, well, they should be, they spent all this money. I don't give a damn. It's easier to defend than it is to attack.
Absolutely.
And look at the teams. Look at Man United.
Yeah.
1 minute they're brilliant, next minute they're rubbish.
Yeah.
It's not. You've got to get the right philosophy and the right balance and the right team together. What gets on? Manager what does that? And nearly always successful.
Absolutely. Do you think they should have bonus points in football for to award attacking play and shots on target? Because you're right, TC. I've seen so many games this season when the big boys come to town, or they go into their own backyard and they park the bus. It's been going on for years and years and years. And I just think if you make no attempt to try and win a game of football, I think you should have points docked. And I think that if you having try and play on the front foot, I think you should be rewarded. So therefore, going and defending, you're going to get nowhere. You're actually just going to get relegated. And if all you can do is defend, you shouldn't be playing at that level of football in the first place.
3 points were brought in to play more attacking-minded football.
Absolutely, yeah.
So choose what you do.
Yeah.
You have the bad managers outweigh the good managers.
Yeah.
So they were always going to have a problem.
Mm.
They're always going to have a problem. So their philosophy is, how do we improve the defensive work? And then everybody agrees with them, right? Because they'll turn around and say, well, we haven't got that money. All right, that's right. But what have I told you? The guy at Burnley, who I quite like, don't get me wrong.
He's a nice fella, I quite like Sean Dyche.
And what I'm trying to say is, he's never going to get a top 4 club because of the football he plays.
Absolutely.
Now, all these other managers, Potter, has come in and he's improved Brighton and he's improved the way how they play football.
Yeah.
He's got his next step is a top 6, is an Everton, a club like that.
Yeah.
Right? Because Everton, unless they start buying top quality players, they're going to be around the mid-table for every day more.
Yeah.
So then after that, if he went to Everton, did well at Everton, then you're talking about Liverpool.
Yeah.
You're never going to get these jobs now, defending like these do and making excuses that we haven't got the players, we haven't got the money.
Absolutely.
Improve it. Improve your players, improve your team, improve your philosophy, and then, and only then, will you get one of your jobs what you're looking for.
Absolutely, too. So spot on. I'll tell you what I noticed as well the weekend when the young lad at Newcastle United, their new manager, help me out. What's his name? I've got.
Ow.
Yeah, Eddie Howe, of course. He was asked a question about the Saudis had beheaded 81 people. And he said, look, all I'm here to do is manage a football team. I'm a football coach. It's football. I'll talk football. I'm getting a little bit annoyed with these journalists asking I mean, Tuchel is the same. I was watching the game on Sunday, and Tuchel was there. Jeff Shreves was asking him all these questions. If I was Tuchel, I'd have said, look, if you're not going to ask me anything about football, I'm going to put my microphone down. I'm going to walk out. What's happened has happened. I can't do nothing about that. I'm a football person. Let's keep it football. All right.
Do you know what I would have turned around and said?
Yeah.
To listen to the rest of this podcast, please go to www.patreon.com/SRBmedia or just follow the links in the description. Thank you.